My name is Nneka Ehem. I come as I am, and what I am, honey, is remarkable.
Oh, she's taking it.
Did all my labs and all that stuff, and like they said I'm above average, which I usually am in everything. Like what? Like
the way you told Lindy, it makes it seem like Nneka was talking trash about her.
That's how I remembered it.
Oh Lord, again, a fucking again.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 2. And basically, we can start off by saying, shout out to editing. I feel like the editing is definitely, stepping it up. It's giving, this is what they should do for Atlanta. And they are produced by the same company, which is crazy, right?
Why is Deborah here?
It's a question, really. And Ashley, this is why I tell people I would never give Ashley any type of grace, because she do stuff like this and they be like, I can't. But y'all, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so we basically see Ashley meet her mother out at like a flower garden, and she's basically buying flowers for her party that she's throwing. She's throwing a housewarming party. It was what, seashore
By the side, by the city, seashore in the city.
Something like that, right? And she's just talking to her mom about, having all the ladies come over, one of them to see her house. She basically goes down the guest list, and she's like, look, I'm inviting Mia, I'm inviting Karen, I'm inviting Giselle, Robin, blah, 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 blah. I'm not inviting Candace just because, they're not in a good place at this moment. We know that since BravoCon, they're good now, but back then, they weren't good. She also tells her, like, look, I have a new friend. Her name is Nneka. I'm inviting her. She's really cool. She's rich. She's, fun. She's young. So let's see how it works out in the group, right? I always feel like whoever actually brings her to the show, she's gonna start beefing with. It's just how it goes. It happened with, or if she doesn't beef with them, they're gonna be in mess. Happened with Candace. She beefed with Candace. Look at Deborah. Deborah over here fighting people and getting her ass molly whopped, right? And then we got Nneka, and she over here throwing Nneka on the bus already, right? So, we see the flashback of Ashley and Nneka, they did lunch. Basically, she tells Ashley that, she's Evo. I'm not that versed on Nigerian culture, so I don't know that much, so I will learn from the show, right? Ashley talks to her mom about being in the Bahamas, and basically her and Michael go with the kids. And she's just saying, like, look, me and Michael were friends, we didn't have sex. And she still has questions. She's just like, okay, I'm gonna put a note on that just because, but it is what it is, none of my business, right? So they talk about Michael suing Candace, and I feel like the whole thing, regardless of, the alleged allegation that Candace said, the fact still remained that we still saw pictures of Michael in hotel rooms, in his underwear, getting out of bed with a woman, at a casino with a woman, with women plenty of times. So it's just like, we can't sit up here and act like, regardless if he did anything or not, the perception of it, just like with wine, is that you're still out here doing stuff on your wife. So regardless of what Candace said, alleged said, regardless, it's not like it's so far-fetched. Like, oh my God, Michael, he was knee deep in some panani? Like, be serious, right? So we hop over to DC, and we see Mia and Karen, they're meeting out. And Karen basically rolls up on Mia, and she's like, hey. Mia's like, oh my God, hey. Karen's like,
Oh, okay. So we start.
Girl, nice to meet you. What's going on? She's like, we're going to do a handshake because after last year, girl, we need to start anew. We need to start fresh because right now, I don't trust you, right? So they have a handshake. Karen tells Mia, like, look, I didn't spread rumors about you. I didn't spread anything about you and your family. I supported you. I did everything I could do for you. But then you want to come back and talk about me. And I feel like, to be honest, it was like the gang mentality, because Mia really did pull that rumor damn near last episode out her butt, because Sharice was over here doing her big one, right? Sharice was just like, oh, Karen over here sleeps around with men. And I'm like, and mind you, at that time, I was thinking, like, Karen really is in her late 50s, and you're saying that she is the slut of the town.
She painted the town red, girl.
So I'm just like, how are we gonna sit up here Like, I'm like, Sharice, be serious. Please. So Karen basically says that, look, at the end of the day, you disrespected Ray, and I never disrespect Gordy. You attacked my union, and I don't have time for that. Mia was like, look, I apologize. That wasn't my intention. I wasn't thinking about Ray, right? They both agreed to move forward, start anew, and if you hear anything, come straight to me. But if it's rumors, don't come to me about it. Just come to me about truths. My whole thing is, regardless of if it's truth or not, we don't know if it's true until you confirm it. So, you know, Karen segues. She's just like, look, how are you and Gordon? Because, you know, last time I heard, Giselle's over here bringing up embezzlement. So Mia's like, yeah, you know, to be honest, at first, that's what I thought too. She said, girl, on your husband? She said, look, I just had to cover my back because I did think that. And I mean, that is a natural thing because he has a lot of money. He works for this big company, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, they drop him. So yeah, that would be the first thing to come to mind. Like, okay, did you do anything wrong? And then, you know, he did the audits, he did all of that. I mean, allegedly, because we didn't see it. But, you know, they said everything was good, so cool.
Like a little bit of embezzlement?
Yes, it is bullshit. Not true. Yes. Okay. You know, but to Giselle's defense, when it first happened, I thought the same thing.
Mia tells Karen, like, you know, last year for me was so tough. You know, I went through so much last year. It's like, you didn't go through so much. You said that you had cancer last year. That's what you said. So it comes out that you just had a growth, not even growth, like a distorted tissue on your butt.
Mia.
You know, Mia tells Karen that, you know, she doesn't drink anymore. So, you know, she feels like, you know, if I wasn't drinking in Miami last year, I wouldn't have threw that drink on Wendy.
That's huge. And I don't think you would have tossed the drink then, and Wendy doesn't know that. I don't know enough about it to talk to Wendy about it, but
I doubt. I think she still would have threw that drink just because she still threw that salad on Candace. So I feel like Mia knows that this is a show and she's gonna give the people what they want. Mia's like Erica Jane. They know that this is a show and they're just like, girl, let's give them a show. Right. So we're at Candace's house and she basically greets her manager into the house. You know, they're talking about the label and she's basically about to she's about to finish her contract with Monarch and basically finishing up her tour. So she's trying to move on to bigger companies.
Contract with Monarch will be up soon. As I'm looking to grow as an artist, I have to grow the machine around me.
You know, they're talking about the different tour dates at the end of the tour, like who can they bring on? And they're talking about specifically Chicago. And they're like, oh, you know, what about Drew? And for me, Candace is just like, anyone else?
What do you think about having Drew be a special guest?
Is that your only option?
No.
I'm just like, why is it giving all that? I was confused. I was taken aback very much. I'm just like, I like Candace. Candace is my girl. Like, I want to meet Candace so bad because Candace is my girl, right? I feel like we here. But since we're here, let me go ahead and just talk. I didn't like the fact that she's shading Drew for no reason. Now, if there's a reason, go ahead and say it. But if you're going to shade Drew and not say it, it just doesn't make sense. And Drew even said online, like, girl, now why am I in it? Like, what did I do? And I didn't like that. We already know Drew's going through her divorce and this, that, and the third, and all this stuff that, you know, may or may not been set up by Todd. But my whole thing is, like, it was unwarranted. You could just say, like, no, you know, we could definitely go a different route. I just don't want to, you know, pursue, you know, a musical contract with her, you know, something cute. But it was very much shady, right? So we transfer over to Rob's house, right? And, you know, she's over here bagging up her vitamins. And, you know, guess who walks in? Juan. He's filming this year. Why? He ain't got no job, so he got to.
get there, and it's pretty much turned into what I felt like was like an intervention. What?
So Robin updates on him on, you know, Giselle's comments, and she felt like it was like an intervention. And, you know, I could see that because she came on false pretenses. She thought that everything was cool, and it wasn't cool because they came to her to be honest, I get that she thought it was a gang up and she thought it was an intervention, but I do still agree with the way that they did it because it's like, look, we're checking on you, we're making sure that you're good. But all she took from it was, oh, I want you to be mad at Juan. I want you to be mad at Juan. Who said that? I don't think anybody said they wanted you to be mad at Juan. Well, I think what they said is they didn't want you to look like a dummy. I think that, being embarrassed half the time, and you talking about the block is hot. Yeah, the block is hot because of
Your husband.
Right. And at the end of the day, she brings up the whole perspective of how, you know, how they're seeing, how we, the public, sees her based off of Juan's action. Juan's basically telling her, like, look, we worked through that, so it shouldn't be an issue. And I'm just like, I get that perspective. However, there's still public perception of Juan out with mystery women 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't look right, especially when all this stuff comes out. Basically, you know, Juan just tells her, look, I don't care.
Position to be photographed again. I don't care
about any of this. I'm gonna still do what I gotta do. I have my own life and nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. And I respect it, but I'm just like, it's basically a double-edged sword, because, you know, you're championing and, you know, fighting off everybody else while constantly stabbing your wife, figuratively. They jump over to talk about, you know, the lawsuit. And we already know that the whole situation going on with the lawsuit is that Juan is being implicated in not reporting, you know, misconduct on the team to the higher ups. So in Coppin State, there was a student that, you know, alleged, you know, catfishing / sexual misconduct with another coach, not Juan. And he reported it, but nothing ever was, you know, proceeded.
that he's not liable for any of it. It'll
Very unfortunate.
And shout out to Sherelle's World, because back last year, I want to say last October, I heard this from her, and she went into detail, like 2 hours. Girl, I was at work just plugged in, listening. So, you know, we're introduced to Nneka.
Nneka Ehem, I come as I am, and what I am, honey, is remarkable. 20854, baby.
And her husband, and you know, they're from Maryland, you know, they have properties all over. Nneka is a lawyer, and she's basically a child of generational wealth. She has houses all over the state. Also, her husband is a medical doctor. They moved to Potomac a year ago, and you know, she's trying to find a child. She's trying to have a baby, and you know, they're building a house while trying to have a baby as well.
Oh, I never knew generational wealth was a problem until I got delayed for my closing in Wisconsin. Property in Florida, 2 properties in Maryland.
I'm still on the fence with Nneka. I feel like her introduction to the show was cute. I feel like she's a beautiful woman. She's stunning. She's tall. She's an Amazon. Love it. This whole conversation about shrine, and we haven't even got to the episode yet, but shrines, their culture, it seems very much like, it seems like it's going to be a lot. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, because we're bringing up mamas, we're bringing up spells and witchcraft, like, it's gonna be a lot. So I'm on the fence with Miss Nneka. We'll see. So we transfer over to Miss Dr. Wendy. Yes, 4 degrees. She's basically looking at studio spaces, and she's basically trying to do a talk show. I don't know how this is gonna work out. Dr. Wendy, I love you. Gorgeous, right? But if I can be real, it does seem like every season you're gonna have a new thing. Like last season, it was a restaurant that fell through. This season is a talk show. Like, I don't want it to be like something new every year. We see Ashley, Karen, Mia, Giselle go out for Karen's Pilates class, and Karen's basically, you know, getting them to work out. They're over here working out, stretching, opening their legs, you know, trying to get their bones loose. So Karen goes into the serious mode. She's like, look, I'm reaching the triple 20. And she was like, you know,
I went to the doctor.
You know, the music starts.
I went to the doctor. You know, you did all my levels, my tests, and you know, they found something. So I have a 5% blockage.
I'm like, girl, she says, it's not dangerous, but this is preventative. I'm just like, Karen, you hyping it up like you over here saying the words, girl. But, you know, at the end of the day, I get how it can be very much serious. And just like she's trying to take preventative measures so anything in the future will not happen. But I did see that her bio for the season was her facing medical issues. And I wouldn't eat this, because, girl, be serious. They basically talk about how Mia and Karen are basically starting anew. And then they bring up the whole lawsuit. And Ashley's like, look, I don't know what's going on. He doesn't tell me anything. It has none of my business. It was what it was.
Only name on the deed of this home. Can you tell us why Michael's suing Candace? I cannot. It's public record.
And then she's like, look, there's a new girl that's coming to my housewarming when you guys go. Her name is NECA. She's really cool. She's fun. I think you guys are going to love her. They're like, okay, cool. So we're finally at Ashley's housewarming. And mind you, it is a cute vibe. Like, Ashley has a cute house. And, you know, everyone starts to arrive. Giselle is first. Karen walks in. You know, she looks great. But baby, Charisse walked in, and it's like carbon copy. Like, was Charisse looking through the window like,
What's Karen wearing? She's wearing this. Okay, I'm going to wear this better.
Like a glass of champagne. Is the Pope Catholic?
But Charisse and Karen both look great. Mia comes in. I thought she looks wonderful. Like, the yellow on her skin is gorgeous. Ashley does like the house tour, and while she's doing the house tour in the living room, Dr. Wendy comes in, and baby, we turn it up. So Wendy looking gorgeous as usual, and she walks in. She's like, "Oh my God, hey Ashley!" Hugs Ashley. You know, skips Giselle, hugs Charisse, skips Mia.
Serving! Thank you, baby. Hey, Mama. So good to see you. Yeah. Hi.
And, you know, she tells her, like, look, this year, we're not doing what we did last year. And I'm happy because, Wendy, you look crazy trying to hug Giselle in episode 1 last year because, girl, no new friends. You didn't vibe with her then, don't vibe with her now, right? She's still shell-shocked, right? They continue the house tour. Giselle says some questionable stuff about Ashley's house. I'm just like, Giselle, please. I'm trying to save you from any type of internet embarrassment because, girl, you should be the last one to want to talk about decor in someone's house. The last, right? So it was what it was. And to be honest, I feel like on the cast, who has the best house is Robin. Robin's house is fire, right? So they go downstairs, and when they go downstairs, like, the doorbell rings. Guess what? Guess what the cat dragged in? We see Deborah.
Hi. You been good? Yes. Hi, dear Giraffe.
And I'm just like, why is she here? I'm looking like Wendy. Like, girl, why are you here? Like, after last year and all the stuff that goes on, and the producer still shading her in like the edits, why is she here? For what reason? And to be honest, if she was going to be there, cool, girl, you didn't have to show her on camera. Especially after her over here swinging for God, getting drug up in that club at the end of the season. I don't got time to be seeing Deborah and having to roll my eyes because I don't believe nothing this girl say. I will believe Mia over Deborah. Ain't there something? Everybody goes outside in the back. Robin arrives, and she arrives late per usual. I mean, that's her, you know, her shtick. But, you know, we also see NECA comes in. She walks in confident, open, you know, very, like, you know, known of self. And, you know, I think this is great because going to an environment with all these women, it can be very much intimidating, not knowing these women with strong personalities in this group that's already established, fractured, but established. So I could commend her for that, right? So, you know, Wendy basically tells us that, you know, she has seen NECA in passing. They move Deborah out the way and basically gave NECA a place to sit.
After 3 months, like, listen, I need help. So I went and did all my labs and all that stuff, and like they said I'm above average, which I usually am in everything.
While NECA's talking, Ashley takes Wendy inside. And, you know, when they sit down inside, you know, Wendy off the bat started giving Ashley her flowers. Like, you know, Ashley, you're great. I think you're a great mother. What you're doing, I feel the love, which is all great and fine and dandy. But she throw it off like, you know, I question you because of some of your motives doesn't seem right. Because to be honest, why would you even have Deborah here after last year?
I have questions with everything that transpired with Deborah. Oh, okay. Remember that? Yes. Yeah.
Which is a valid question. So my whole thing is with Wendy, she's just like, I just don't know if, you know, you will stab me in the back.
Which she will.
But, you know, my whole thing is, Wendy, you've seen time and time again what Ashley has done. And you've seen that time and time again, Ashley's friendships align with Giselle, Robin, Mia, who else? Charisse. That core 5, well, to be honest, core 4, because Mia, you'll get it too. But that core 4, they're locked in. That's a real friend group. So for you want her to like be, oh, that's my girl, it would never be.
One, part of why you may not see that I am trustworthy fully is because we just don't really spend the time together.
So that's why I'm just like, Wendy, sometimes I just think you was crazy in this moment to even try to give her too much, because you was giving Ashley too much. But I'm gonna let you do it because I feel like you're gonna learn in the end that Ashley's not to be trusted. And with Candace, for you to be like, oh yeah, you know, we're back on a great place, and I get it, it's for a show. I get it. Y'all gotta be cordial. But it's like y'all gonna look crazy in the end because Ashley knows this is her job. And this is her livelihood. She gonna, when you ain't got nothing to lose, you do anything. And Ashley ain't got nothing to lose. So, you know, Ashley basically tells her, like, look, I understand why you don't trust me, but, you know, I just feel like we don't know each other and haven't hung out with each other like that. You know, but I told you these things because, you know, I'm trying to be a friend to you. She's like, and Wendy's like, look, I want to know everything. She's like, oh. In that case, so NECA basically shaded you about your PhD called, you know, she's not a doctor, she's a doctor of philosophy.
Dr. Wendy. Wendy and I are
Wait,
friends.
so Dr. Wendy, is this medical doctor?
No,
Okay.
it's a PhD.
Okay, so Doctor of Philosophy.
Regardless, she's a doctor now. So I have a lot of friends that are PhDs, and the time that it took for them to get it, like, there's no questioning that, right? And then, you know, the article about her being Osu comes out, and she brought up that, and they both explained that. I don't know too much about it, so I'm not gonna speak that much on it. But I did see they said that Wendy owes some debt, but that was just me being nosy. But that was at the end of the episode, and basically the producers call out Ashley for starting meth.
Oh, Lindy, it makes it seem like NECA was talking trash about her.
That's how I remembered it.
And Wendy's now pissed off at NECA. Shocked. So y'all, let me know what you guys think. Do y'all agree that Ashley was being messy, or was she just, you know, relaying the message to her friend? Well, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black Butte. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This sour candy all I really asking for. Now I